Kevin Hart recently got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Right.
Thoughts on that?
I think that's amazing, like, especially in the time frame that he did it. You know, I don't know how long it usually takes people to get stars on the Walk of Fame, but he did it rather quickly. I mean, in regards to how long he's been in superstar status. I mean, he's been doing it for over 20 years, so, you know, he's put the work in, but the level of superstardom that he reached has been only for like maybe 5, 6 years. So he's amassed such a major catalog that they've like, you know what, just get this dude to start now. Like, he done did so many movies, and he got like 20 more movies get ready to come out. He about to be in the new Jumanji. So it's like,
Oh, yeah, I forgot
you know
about
what I
that.
mean? Yeah, he ready to be in the new Jumanji. He probably about to be one of the little pieces on the board or something. Like, it's amazing. So I think he deserves it, and it's motivation. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, for example, one of my favorite comedians is Dave Chappelle. I'm not sure if Dave Chappelle has a star on the Walk of Fame, but even at his height, that I don't think he got one then, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but just what Kevin has done as far as taking being a comedian to rock star status is beyond respectable, man. You got to salute him and everything that he's doing, because he's opening so many doors for young comedians like myself to walk through. And you don't necessarily have to do it like he did it, but he's opening up so many doors, and he's reaching back and helping people at the same time. So you got to love it.
Is it crazy how fast it all happened?
Well, no, not really, because, you know, it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. That's what people don't understand. You know, Kev probably has been a comedian for almost 20 years now. You just cared for 6. You know what I mean? Like, it just, people think that your success is equal to how long they've been caring. It doesn't really work like that. You know what I mean? He's been putting in grind work for years before you even knew who he was. So it didn't really happen fast. It happened fast in the public eyes because they don't see the behind the scenes work that he's done and see all of the time that he put in on the grind, getting to the point where it seemed like he just blew up out of nowhere. So I definitely don't think it happened too quick. It'll never, you know, the game will never give you what you haven't worked for. And if you do get it before you work for it, it won't last long.
I guess when I say it happened quick is because I remember when Kevin was on my personal radar, I'm seeing him as a, you know, maybe a D or C-list actor on a scary movie, and then it's like he's starring in movies now, and it just seems so quick just how it happened from just being a, you know, being like, I don't want to say the word extra or something like that, but just being on the low end of a movie to being right in front of it, it just seems so fast.
DJ Smallz, you know how fucking hard it is to get into a fucking movie? You sit there talking about, I mean, I've seen him in the movie. He was in a fucking movie. You acting like you seen him, and man, he was at UPS putting boxes on the truck, then he was driving the motherfucker. It's not the same. He was in movies. It takes years to be able to get into a movie, whether you're talking in the movie or not. Like, that's a grind. So for him to go from being the dude from 40-year-old virgin that was just arguing in the, you know, the fake Circuit City to being the biggest comedian in the world, it just gives you something to, you know, it's just a chronicle of his success. You're able to watch it happen. And that's, I think, is something that's different for a lot of guys that become successful, and, you know, they don't have the backstory that you can just go and watch. You know, you kind of have to dig and go through this whole process of trying to find where they came from. With Kev, you see it happen. You watch it happen from that point of being just the guy in a movie or Paper Soldiers all the way to being what he is today. So, you know, I think it's dope. You know what I mean? And we're going to have to get your perspective changed on what it means to get in a fucking movie, DJ Smallz. God damn.
I guess it just seems so easy. I mean, it looks so easy.
Yeah, it's not easy to get in the movie. If it was easy to get in the movie, everybody be doing it. That's why Master P and them niggas had to make their own movies, because it's hard to get in the movie, you know. So for him to be in those movies and be an intricate player in those movies, even though he wasn't the star, that's another thing that's important. When you're not the star of a movie, that doesn't mean you can, you know, you can't bring star qualities about yourself out of whatever position they give you in the film. Because everybody remembers that scene in 40-Year-Old Virgin when he was sitting in there arguing with the people, or his role in Paper Soldiers. That's a hood classic. Or even, you know, Soul Plane. You know, and a lot of people didn't think he would be able to come out of that because it was shitted on so hard when it first came out. But now it's a classic. Like, people watch it. That's a movie. That's one of the movies you got to get high to and watch, is Soul Plane, because it's just such a goofy movie. But it's just, like I said, you can watch Kev's rise to success, and you can see each level of hard work that he's put in. And the motherfucker's still walking around acting like he's an opener. So it's just, is definitely motivational.
He's probably, in my opinion, probably one of the people that goes the hardest on promotion of a project.
Exactly.
I've never seen somebody work that hard just on the promotion aspect from his social media and stuff like that on anything. He's got a lot of stuff he's promoting.
Yeah, and that's another motivational factor that people don't know about Kev. When you get most of the money, it make you want to go hard. Because you know if you don't go hard, then the check that you want to get is not going to come in. A lot of people not getting most of the money. A lot of people working for 9, 10 people. So you don't have the same motivation to get up and bust your ass to try to make sure people come to this event for everybody else to get paid. Like people always ask me what made me be a comedian. And I went to college. I went to Winston-Salem State in North Carolina, and I was a mass communications radio television major. I thought I was going, work on the news or some shit. I used to do the sports anchoring and all of that when I was in school. But then when I graduated, I found out what I was going to be making entry level, and I was like, shit, if I'm going to be poor and struggling, I'd much rather be poor and struggling building my own legacy than helping another motherfucker build theirs. You know what I mean? So that's, I think, what comes with, the motivation to get up and get out and do it yourself. Because, if you don't, then you're not going to eat. And even at his level, people don't understand, I don't think, in the entertainment. This is for anybody who's trying to be an entertainer or a comedian and all of that. Chase your dream, and a lot of people are doing it now, but people look at your success and don't understand what that really means. Like, all success does is give you a better view of what you could be doing. Like, each level you go up is just another view for you to see what's out there beyond whatever it was that you didn't know existed when you were at wherever you were before you got to that point. Because no matter where you are in your career, it's always somebody above you with their foot on your head trying to keep you where you at. It's somebody below you with their hand on their ankle trying to pull you back the fuck down from where you just came from. So you have to navigate that. And when you have to navigate it, as you're moving up, you start to see all of these different plateaus that you can reach. So the grind never stops. But when you're doing it for yourself, you motivate it more and more and more because I did this through my own hard work. Me and my team did this together, so I'm going to go as hard as I can. So I think that's what, as an example that Kev sets for all of the dudes who watching his moves, to, build your own brand. And when you build your own brand, you can get up, get out, and get it for yourself, and you ain't got to worry about nobody sticking their hands in your pocket.
Now, where are you at personally with just the movie world?
Shit, I be watching them. Nah, but really, man, that's something, and that's another thing I want to tell people, man. Another thing about being successful is people always, have the question of when you going, not what you did, but when you going. And that's cool because you always supposed to have an answer for that. But I can't tell you how many people, hey, man, shit, man, nigga, when you going to start doing movies? Like, damn, nigga, I just got on TV. You know what I'm saying? You just, whew. But no, I'm working on a bunch of stuff, man. I have a project in the works with 2 Chainz that's coming up. And I'm auditioning for stuff just like everybody else. But while I'm doing it, I'm out here on the road, beating the road down, man. Just getting the people to learn and love what I do as an entertainer and as a comedian. Because when I get in a movie, I want motherfuckers to go see it. Like, I don't want to be able to get in one and say I did it. I want people to support it. And the way that you get people to support it is hitting the ground and going out and touching the people and showing them who you are on a personal basis. So when they go see the movie, they feel like, man, that's my man. So I think that's why I'm at with it. I'm just on the grind right now to be able to get myself in a position where people start to recognize me for everything that I do. And once I get to that point, then I think, when you bring people with you, when you got people who support you and you already got a following, you don't need the people to, come to you about doing things. You already have the following that they looking for you to have. So if you can build that up, then, that's all you really need to do.
Is that, when it comes to the transition into the movie world and auditioning and stuff like that, is that something even you have to take, like, acting classes?
Of course. You always have to hone your skills. Of course you do. No matter how good you think you are, it's always somebody better. And you can learn from them because they want to teach you. You just have to be humble enough to understand that you don't know half of what you think you know. So, of course, you have to get better. You have to work. I work on every single day. I work at what I do. There's not a day that goes by that I don't dedicate a great portion of my day to becoming better as a comedian, as an entertainer, everything in regards to work, as a father, as a man, everything. I dedicate all of my energy, to becoming a better person and becoming a better whatever it is that I consider myself to be. And no matter what I'm doing, that's what I'm going to do. So it definitely takes hard work. It'll take, Denzel Washington still takes acting classes. One of the greatest, if not the greatest, actor of our time still feels the need to go and practice and take acting classes when he's already amassed a catalog that is going to live way beyond his years. So, I mean, when you look
heard him
at
say that in an interview, I think.
yeah, he definitely still takes acting classes. Bill Gates still get up and go to work every day. He's the richest man on the planet. So whatever your motivation is, whether it be money or legacy, the person who has the most money is still working. A person who has built and amassed an amazing legacy is still working. So what's your excuse? You know what I mean?
Have you had a chance to see Kevin Hart's new movie?
I did. I went to go see What Now, man. It was inspiring. You know what I mean? Seeing that little motherfucker jump up out the floor, it was like, gee, and seeing all those people, it was like, whoa. Like, these things are possible. He's setting that example and he's setting that standard. And like I said, a lot of people, whatever's the big thing and what's hot now, people expect that of you. Like, motherfuckers walk up to you, hey, nigga, when you gonna come up out the floor? You know what I'm saying? So, but that don't necessarily mean that you have to do it the way he did it, but you have to understand that the door has been open for you to be able to fill up a football stadium if you work the right way. So that's what I took from it, man. It was motivational and it was different. You know what I mean? That's another thing about Kev's comedy. You might not think he's the funniest guy. You might not like him in his style, but you have to respect the creativity of how he presents his product to you. You know what I mean? It's like people who, if you don't drink sodas, you know what I'm saying, but you might like the packaging of a Sprite, the way it looks, the green bottle, it's see-through, it just look good. You know what I'm saying? So his job might not be to make you buy his product, but for the people who do support it, he's always packaging it and putting it out in a way that is just amazing. So it was dope. I salute it, man. I definitely gave him my support.
I don't think a comic has done that before, right?
Well, Eddie Murphy is the gold standard in regards to superstardom, in regards to comedy, in my opinion.
He's done the stadium thing?
Well, I don't know I don't think he's ever done
stadium
a stadium. I think Kev is the first to do that.
That's what I meant.
But he's following a blueprint that was laid down by Eddie Murphy in regards to movies and superstardom. You got Pryor, who is the god, in regards to how you want to rank everybody. Richard Pryor is he's like the Zeus, you know what I mean? And then, you have Eddie Murphy, who is, I don't know which one of the motherfuckers was right under Zeus, Achilles, one of them niggas. I don't know who it was, but he was right there. And then he set the standard. And then, from what Eddie did, a lot of people, though, have taken that mold and ran with it. Chris Rock just got $40 million to do 2 specials with Netflix. So it's not just Kev. Kev is just doing it differently and doing it on a rock star level. But there's a lot of legendary guys out here getting to it, and there's a lot of young guys out here making moves, getting to it as well. So, you just got to salute each avenue that you're able to take and see somebody be successful. I salute it all, man. I don't have no ounce of hate in my blood because I know how hard I work, and I know I'm going to do everything that I need to do to be where I need to be. So I love to see people be successful.